exemplary leadership practice called Inspire a Shared Vision, each of the three words, inspire, shared, and vision, holds a great deal of meaning. Professor Carl Larson, a lifelong scholar of the collaborative process and author of many books on leadership and teamwork, succinctly describes the essence of Inspire a Shared Vision.
Talk to other people about the future you see, and not just that it's different from the future we have, but that it's a future that we're all capable of achieving together.
Talk to other people. Saying your ideas out loud, to one person or to a group of people, this is how the action of inspiring occurs. Talk about the future you see. This is your vision. Talk from a place of confidence that it's a vision of a future that we are all capable of achieving together. This is the shared nature of the vision. F. Lee Brooks, a community leader and teacher of leadership, tells the story of Sid Sellers and the Outdoor Buddies. Sid was an avid sportsman and outdoor enthusiast who had already created a program for outdoorsmen with physical limitations. He believed that if troubled teens felt what he did about the natural world, they could acquire a different perspective and might be able to make different choices about the low-income urban world that challenged them with few opportunities. Listen to Sid's vision.
If we could get these kids in the outdoors, it would make all the difference in the world, because they're deprived of being able to go to the mountains and this and that. And I truly believe in the healing aspects of being in the outdoors, whether it's archery or hunting or fishing or camping, whatever. And so not only did he want to provide that for the mobility disabled, but he said, what if some of my expert outdoorsmen who are mobility disabled actually help the kids learn about the outdoors? And in interacting with the mobility disabled volunteers, he called them handy buddies, I believe, and the kids would actually realize maybe the things that I'm facing day to day aren't as overwhelming as I think they are. Because look at this gentleman. He's got one leg, and he's out here and he's setting up teepees for us and tents and doing everything. So that was his idea, and he was so excited about it. And I'm listening to him, and he said, so that's what I want to do. I want to work with with at-risk youth and my handy buddies and get them together in the outdoors and really get these kids away from these environments so that they can expand and heal and be better.
The leader has a drive to improve on the status quo. Sometimes it's to change something, and sometimes it's to create something. Sid aspired to create something new and to make the lives of inner city youth better. Sid shared his vision with F. Lee. If Sid had not articulated his vision to another person, nothing would have been created. The vision of the Outdoor Buddies would have died with Sid. Professor Larson reminds us that other people need to participate in the actual vision, that is, share in its creation. The vision is rarely a crystallized idea or plan of action, just as Sid did not know exactly where the youth in the Outdoor Buddies program were going to come from.
Part of the process of creating and sustaining that vision is the willingness simply to talk to other people about it. Most people don't realize that the very first act typically that occurs in leadership is when you have an idea that's unfolding or a thought that is worth pursuing, and you simply voice it and ask people for feedback about it. So the very first act in leadership often is to get a bunch of people together in your living room or in your office or whatever, and talk to them about a situation. And often the inspiration isn't that you know the solution. It's the vision is that you're working collaboratively with a group of people to find the solution. So the commitment often is to a course of action that is to inquire into the situation, figure out what's happening, and what could be done about it. The inspiration rarely is a completely crystallized solution to a problem.
Judy Baxter, a community health expert and leadership educator, reminds us that it's not the vision of the leader alone. The input of other people actually makes the vision better. So it's important for leaders to be flexible with the details of their vision. Other people need to provide their wise and relevant input.
So I think one of the pieces about vision, as we create it, it's not being attached to the specifics of it. If you're really attached to your vision, it really makes it very difficult for it to become a shared vision with true ownership by others in terms of being able to evolve and incorporate other people's ideas into that vision.
Why would anyone share in my vision? How could I compel someone else to share in this idea for a better future? Listen as Effley describes what made Sid so inspiring.
And he just was genuine and authentic. And you can't fake that. When he spoke about how he wanted to make a difference with kids, it came through in every phase of his communication. His voice, his posture, his expressions, everything exuded his desire to make a difference. And it's a very tough thing to resist, that kind of authenticity, as well as when you match that with a vision that makes sense. It's built on the same values that everybody in that room had. The values of having healthier children, providing experiences for children who are deprived. I mean, all of that went right to his vision. And it was easy to get on board.
Sid was genuine. He made his appeal to someone who shared his values. Be yourself. Be authentic. Speak from the heart. Speak the language of the other people. That is, speak to the values that you hold in common. Then your passion will be felt and people will listen. They will hear that you are committed and willing to persevere. This is what ultimately gets people to join you.
So how inspiration happens, I think, is one of those little chemistry pieces that's driven by authenticity of the people involved.
Leanne Jeffers is a health educator and community leader. In our next story, Leanne describes how a local health department engaged teens to be true partners to design and deliver a conference on youth health issues.
But we had a sense that if we did it with them, there would be something different, something new would emerge. And indeed, the young people picked the topics. They emceed the event. I don't think there was any time where an adult got up and addressed the group at the conference itself. They ran it. While we went to them, we wanted to co-create it. We all acknowledged everybody had something to bring. So we had our public health knowledge, we had our expertise in planning events. They had the expertise of being young people. They knew what was important to young people, they knew how to talk to young people, what would be interesting and inviting. And so in that regard, we came together, and that helped to create a really successful event.
The shared vision resulted in a contagion that was unlikely to have occurred if the adults created the event by themselves. The young people apparently inspired many others. Attendance was very strong, and a great deal of valuable health knowledge was gained by the conference participants.
it was really something different. And, on a Saturday in the winter, 100, 120 young people, including there were adult sponsors that brought them, but they came, and spent a whole day learning about health, so and they were excited. I remember the energy was just a buzz, and the adults who were there were just, wow, this is different.
To successfully share a vision means to express the vision in a way that other people can see themselves in it.
When you're excited about something, you see a new future, something's possible, and you want to share it with others, and you share it in such a way that others see themselves in it. They're like, oh, I want that. I could do that. Can I be a part of that? That to me is a really powerful experience of a shared vision, and I think this event really reflected that the young people really had an opportunity to see themselves in it, and they owned it. It was theirs.
People are attracted to visions of a better future. People like to hear about new and innovative endeavors that reach beyond the status quo.
I think visions that really touch or move people are ones that go beyond business as usual, that they do speak to a whole new future, something happening in a way that hadn't happened before, or hasn't happened before, or certainly unusual. Reflecting back on the Teen Life Conference, that for the young people, they got excited because I don't think adults had interacted with them in this way before.
The health department staff took the courageous step of partnering with the young people without knowing exactly where their vision would lead. Leadership is bringing people to a better future. Leaders draw on their courage and confidence to imagine a better future, to talk about it with other people, and commit to seeing it through because they believe that it's important. What happens when you take the first step?
And Sid's dream, Sid's vision still lives on. So do the Outdoor Buddies.